Hannah Shane Morales from Section Bravo and from Group 4. My topic is all about speed limit and maximum allowable speed. So first, I tackle about speed limit. The maximum or minimum speed permitted by law in a given area under specified circumstances. Maximum speed limit are posted on most of the roadways. According to the law, you may not drive faster than is reasonable safe for road conditions, regardless of the posted speed limit. Thus, it is not always lawful to drive as fast as the posted speed limit. So, here in the Philippines, a lot of driver performing an overspeeding. For example, for this is the bus driver. They perform overspeeding in order to pick up more passengers. But for me, it's not good. But it depends on the situation. If the roadway is empty, so you can perform overspeeding. But it can cost, there's a possible cost. If the driver always perform overspeeding, maybe it can cause accident or collision. Because according to this Republic Act 4136 states that any person driving a motor vehicle on a highway shall drive at a careful and prudent speed, not greater nor less than is reasonable and proper, with due regard for the traffic, the width of the highway, and of any other existing unfair condition. So, as a driver, we need to be careful of our speed limit in order for the safety of everyone and for the safety of the passenger. We just follow the speed limit. So the second topic I discuss here is the maximum allowable speed. So the maximum speed limit is at 100 km per hour except on the Skyway Stage 3. The maximum speed limit is at 80 km per hour except on SCTEX and TPLX. The maximum speed limit is 60 km per hour. On the other hand, the minimum speed limit for all vehicles expressway is 60 km per hour. So there's a table here in the screen, the table of the maximum allowable speed. The example of this is the type of public or private car or motorcycle and truck and buses. So the first, on open country roads with no blind corner not closely bordered by habitation. So public or private car or motorcycle is 80 km per hour and truck and buses is 50 km per hour. So the second type road is on truth streets or boulevard, clear or off traffic with no blind corners when so designated. So public or private car or motorcycle 40 km per hour and the truck and buses is 30 km per hour. So the third type of road on city and municipal streets with lights traffic with not designated streets. So public or private car or motorcycle 30 km per hour. Truck and buses is also 30 km per hour, same. So the last type of road is through crowded streets, approaching intersections at blind corners, passing school zones, passing vehicle, which are stationary for similar dangerous circumstances. For public and private car, motorcycle 20 km per hour, truck and buses is 20 also km per hour. The fourth type of road is very low speed limits because it is crowded and we cannot overspeeding this area because maybe there is a student walking beside the road, and if you perform overspeeding, maybe you can cause accident.
Exemption to the speed limit. The rates of speed herein above prescribed shall not apply to the following: a physician or his driver when the former responds emergency call. It is exempted to the speed limit because it is responding an emergency. B. The driver of a hospital ambulance on the way to and from the place accident or other emergency. It is exempted to the speed limit because it is on the way to rescue wounded or critical person in accident. C. The driver bringing a wounded or sick person emergency treatment to a hospital, clinic, or any other similar place. It is exempted to the speed limit because it it is an emergency and need medical assistance as soon as possible. This is the in this picture, this is an example of a exempted to the speed limit vehicle. D. The driver of a motor vehicle belonging to the armed force while in use for official purpose in times of riot, insurrection, or invasion. E. The driver of a vehicle when he or his passenger are pursuit of a criminal. If a law enforcement officer who is trying to overtake a violator of traffic laws. G. The driver operating a vehicle of any fire department, provide that exemption shall not be construed to allow useless or unnecessary fast driving of drivers aforementioned. That's the exempted of speed limit.
Uniform speed limits throughout the Philippines. Note: no provincial, city or municipal authority shall enact or enforce any ordinance or resolution specifying maximum allowable speeds other than those provided by RE 4136. Uniform speed limits throughout the Philippines means having the same speed for driving across the entire country. This helps create consistency and makes it clear for drivers. B. Lateral placement. The proper positioning of the motor vehicle while traversing on a traffic way or while parked refers to where you position your vehicle on the road, and staying on the correct side of the road and maintaining consistent position helps avoid accidents and ensures smooth traffic flow. It is like staying in your lane and following the road rules to keep everyone safe. And there are 3 lateral placement examples: the proper positioning while traversing, proper placement while on a parallel parking, proper placement while parked diagonally. There are the pictures.
Good day everyone, I'm Tamari Pires from Base Cream 3B, and I will be the one who will be discussing the overtaking and passing. So overtaking and passing, a driver should pass at a safe distance to the left of the vehicle being overtaken, and it shall resume driving on the right side of the road only after passing clear of the overtaken vehicle. So when you're passing a vehicle, you should before you're gonna go past that vehicle, you should at the safe distance and before you overtake a certain vehicle. So as you can see below, there's a general rule on overtaking. In the illustration, the vehicle 1 can overtake vehicle 2 using the left lane as long it is clear. You can overtake vehicle the first vehicle that is in front of you. So there's an exception on it. On Section 39 of Republic 4136, on the highways with 2 or more lanes where traffic goes one direction, another vehicle may be overtaken on the right side only. So that's why that's the thing that makes your exception, because it has more lanes that you can actually pass the certain vehicle in front of you. So overtaking on the 4-lane two-way street, So as you can see in the illustration below, vehicle 2 attempting to overtake vehicle 4 using shoulder on the road, which is not only a violation of the rules but also dangerous because he might hit something. Yes, that is true because if you actually, it is already a violation if you pass the shoulder of the road because that area there is for the pedestrian, which if that certain vehicle pass the shoulder of the road, then there's a high chance that there will be a pedestrian will be hit during his driving. So on vehicle, so there's another illustration which is vehicle 1 can use the right lane out or outer in overtaking passing vehicle 2. Yes, you can actually pass the pass using the right lane. Just like as long there is it is clear before you overtake that certain vehicle. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone and good day sir. I am John Kyle Potot and I will be discussing the right of way. What is right of way? It refers to the legal or customary precedence, priority in place or time which allows the vehicle to cross or pass in front of another. It is prioritizing in the place who comes first to cross or pass in a roadway or highway. So the rules on right of way, section 42 to 43 of RA 4136 known as the Land Transportation and Traffic Code. It states there, in case of two vehicles approaching or entering an intersection at the same time, the driver of the vehicle on the left shall yield the right of way. But however, the driver of vehicle traveling at unlawful speed forfeits this right. So it states there, the driver of the vehicle at the left side shall yield the right of way. So at the left side shall yield the right of way. But however, if they unlawfully getting speed, so they may forfeit this right. First general rule of giving the right of way. First general rule, vehicle 2 should yield the right of way to vehicle 1 because the latter is approaching the intersection from the right. So as you can see in the picture, so the number 2 was approaching on the intersection, so he will be the one who yield the right of way, the number 2 vehicle, than the vehicle 1, and he is on the left side and the vehicle 2 was approaching at the intersection, so he must have the right of way in the situation according to 4136.
B. In case of a vehicle approaching but has not yet entered the intersection, the driver shall yield the right of way to vehicles already within such intersection, or turning therein to the left across the line of travel of the first mentioned vehicles. As you can see in the illustration below, there are two cars approaching to the intersection. The vehicle 1 is still approaching to the intersection while the vehicle 2 is already approaching the intersection. So, the vehicle 1 is yelled and give the right of way to the vehicle 2, which the vehicle 2 is already in the intersection. So from the second general rule on giving the right of way, vehicle 2 should be given the right of way to cross intersection because it has already entered the intersection ahead of vehicle 1.
Hello everyone. My name is Angeline Pluma from Base Criminology 3 Bravo. I will discuss the right of way. When vehicle on a highway within a business or residential district, each driver shall yield the right of way to pedestrian crossing the highway within a crosswalk. Example, right of way rule on crosswalk. Vehicle 1 should give the right of way to pedestrian crossing on the crosswalk across its path. According to Republic Act 4136, Article 3, Section 42, state that the drivers of any vehicle must yield the right of way to a pedestrian crossing any road, as long as they are within a crosswalk. That's unless there's a traffic enforcers or traffic signals in place, then the movement of traffic will be determined by the enforcers or stoplight.
Good day everyone, my name is Lord Rashid Presbetero and I'm gonna report the paragraph D in right of way. So paragraph D states that when vehicle traversing a through highway, its driver should bring to a full stop before crossing. So it just simply means that whenever crossing a highway from a through highway, you should stop. As we can see in the right-of-way rule on through highway intersection, vehicle 1 should yield right-of-way to vehicle 2 because the latter is traversing from the main highway. On the main highway, I mean. So nagikan man sa main highway ang vehicle number 2, siya mo ihatagan og right of way sa vehicle number 1 kay gikan naman siya sa through highway. So in crossing pag jud, kinahanglan mo stop jud ang vehicle number 1 padulong siya mo, kung padulong siya mo cross. That would be all. Thank you.
Hey, greetings everyone, I am Parawan Venus and I will be discussing and explaining the exemptions to the right-of-way rule. So we have letter A, right-of-way to vehicles utilizing the highway than vehicles from private road or drive. And when we say private road or drive, an example of these are the residential and subdivision roads. So vehicles coming or using the highway always has the right of way since they are using a public road rather than in a private road or a drive that is exclusive only to those who are living in a resident or in a subdivision. Then we have the right of way to police or fire department vehicles and ambulance. So, police, fire department, vehicles, and ambulance always have the right of way since they have their own duties and emergencies to respond. In a police situation, they have the right of way always because they respond to calls or emergencies such as a crime takes place, a report must be done, an investigation must be done, and they have to always respond to the calls immediately since they are a servant of the community. Then we have the fire department. They respond to calls regarding fire accidents or regarding arsons or crime related to fire or emergency calls coming from citizens in regard to property. Then we have the ambulance as well since they respond to emergency calls. Example of those are accidents, people that are injured and needed some first aid kit and they needed to be taken to the hospital. These three always have the right of way since they are important and they are also since they are also the first thing or first thought that comes to people's mind when it comes to danger. Then we have the right of way to vehicles approaching either direction on through highway than vehicle entering. Yield the right of way to the main highway. So always yield the right of way to those who are in the main highway or coming from the main highway. If you are about to enter the main highway, you need to seize or you need to yield the right of way to those who are coming from the right of way. That would be all. Thank you.